Yo, yo.
Yo.
Welcome back to the Mark Hours Podcast, the official podcast of YouTube. What's good with you, Moses?
Man, nothing much, man. Just hanging in there, surviving.
Oh, surviving?
I'm lying. Life is beautiful,
Okay,
man.
I'm about to say, you trade gave me something new.
Life is beautiful, man. Can't complain, man. You know, there's, a couple things.
Okay.
One thing I was kind of worried about, it was the weather, but the weather been so nice. Why? Because I think I mentioned this last episode. My girl's birthday's coming up, and it's outside. And I was like, man, last time we did it, just on the outside, it was cold. Like, you can wear short sleeves or nothing. So I'm just praying for the next,
The next couple.
Oh, it actually already happened.
I don't know when your girl birthday is, so I don't know.
Yeah, it actually happened.
I ain't get an invite, so I gotta ask.
You was a plus one. You was a plus one.
I guess she must not know how I run my household. We about to be a plus none. Blair can't go either.
But yeah, so I'm praying for the best, but it looks like it's gonna be a good.
Dude, you know how selfish it is? I'd be like, man, I wish they would have played this on a Monday or like a Tuesday.
When people are working.
No, when I'm off. I'm like, y'all play this on one of the busiest days too. And plus, I just put some dates in, so
Be hard to get some new dates.
I could, but I'm just like,
that makes sense.
I don't want to go there just to stand around because I ain't trying to get hurt.
That's fair.
So I'm like, I'm gonna sit this one out.
That's fair.
But my lady, she wants to build a friendship with your lady. Like, she wants to intentionally build that. So she will be there or have been there. And so she's definitely gonna if not already, she enjoyed herself.
How's things with you, man?
Things are good, man. Things are good. My girl is good. We've been I've been losing the weight again. I gained it back
splits.
Oh yeah, I've been working out. So I want to lose weight differently than the keto. I already know I can lose it on keto, but I want to lose it powerlifting and bodybuilding and things like that. More bodybuilding than powerlifting. I already lost 12 pounds.
Oh, congrats.
So I know it's gonna start slowing down because weight weighs heavier than fat. So I think this is where, like, I actually have a tape measure at home. This is where you actually gotta measure your progress in like your stomach, your arms, and things like that, because you may not see it on the scale.
Yeah.
So it's fun. It's enjoying. You got any plans for the summer? Or is it too early? Usually, like when it start getting hot, this where your brain start working and you like, oh, I want to go see cherry blossoms, or like I want to do this, I want to do that. I'm surprised you haven't already got an itinerary for what you want to do this summer.
No, I think because we just got back from Costa Rica. I don't think we want to. I haven't really thought too big on
and not just you two. I'm just talking about how you take your day trips or whatever. If you're gonna do a day trip.
No, I don't think we're doing day trips. I do have one thing. My girl's friends, she's the godparent to their son. Mm-hmm. The father is having like a boys trip, and I was invited, so I'm going to that.
You was invited without your girl go be there?
Mm-hmm.
You going?
Yeah, bought the tickets and everything. It's a cruise.
It's a cruise?
Mm-hmm.
I actually want to know what a cruise is like. I probably won't ever go on it, but people say like the alcohol is good. It's all you can eat buffet and stuff like that. So
I hope the food's good.
I mean, you can't go nowhere else
I know.
until y'all dock somewhere.
Yeah.
How long is the cruise?
I think 3 days.
Okay. That sounds fun.
Yeah, it should be good.
That sounds fun. But since we're talking about godparents, since we talk about godparents, I pay attention when you talk.
Yeah.
Alley-oop. Okay. I believe I am a godparent. I have to confirm. I haven't got no paperwork.
Do you need paperwork? I don't think there's
I
paperwork
don't think
involved.
you do, but my thing is, if you're telling your kid that I'm your godfather, but the godfather don't know that I look like a terrible godfather. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna give you the gist of how all this came about. Today, since I know one fan that is definitely listening is my lady. So I'm about to put her on Front Street. Her best friend have a daughter. Right, mind you, we all in our late 20s and stuff. Well, I'm in my early 30s, but she has a daughter, and they're best friends. And my girl was telling me that her friend invited her daughter's classmates that's in that daycare or classroom, whatever that setting is, and that they are going to be at this trampoline park or whatever it is, this jungle gym park, whatever, where you could jump around into a ball pit, jump around. Let's just call it Fun Zone, right? For kids. And I'm like, okay. And then she said she's going. I'm like, wait a minute. You don't have a kid. Why are you going? Because in my head, it doesn't make sense for my lady to go to an all-kid event. Because the way I picture it is like, what are you going to be doing besides sitting in the corner? Texting me probably, you know what I mean? Calling me, letting me know how things are going. Because more times than not, her best friend is going to be playing with her daughter. As the other parents going to be playing with their kids, making sure nobody get injured. You know, this getting hurt. You can fall and hurt yourself, but you don't want to get nobody get injured. And her daughter's young enough. I want to say her daughter is, don't quote me, 3. Definitely not older than 3. Please don't have me older than 3, right? Definitely not older than 3. So she's old enough to have friends and play around, but still young enough that she want to play mainly with her mom. You know what I'm saying? And I thought it was weird for my lady to attend this birthday party at a location for children. We talked about this. Are you go give your side, or do you want me to give your side for you?
Yeah, my side is I don't think it's weird. So a couple things. I don't think the parent's gonna be playing with the kid. I didn't want to say that at the time because I'm not a parent. And
so I don't you really never know. Exactly.
Well, we had a couple parents yesterday, so they're not gonna play with. But I mean, from all
they were fathers.
Okay, so from all the events I've been to, where there's kids involved and other kids are playing, the parents are not playing with the kid. One, the parent don't even want to get hurt. They might do like maybe 10 minutes here and there. For the most part, they making sure the cake is ready. They make sure
How old are these parents that you've been around?
I don't know, 40.
Well, yeah, they a little 40, out 30. The range to be playing with the kid. But I feel you.
Yeah, okay. So you're saying like 20-year-old? Maybe. I don't know. I don't know the physical ability of this 20-year-old. So maybe she will be jumping around doing flips. But for the most part, the parents are usually hanging out with the parents. You might have, if the kid is like can't walk, you probably playing around. But the kid can walk and playing around, you probably like, go play. That's what kid. In the playground, you don't see the parent just walking around with the kid. It's like, go play, go on a swing, go hang out with your friends. So that is in my opinion, you're gonna be hanging out with the parent if you don't have a kid. You're gonna be hanging out with the parents, and then you might be that cool aunt that's playing around with the kid. You might actually get down with a kid, where the parents is probably just like, making sure the food's right, make sure everybody knows where they're going, probably on the phone, calling with people. You probably the cool aunt that's playing with the actual kid.
Probably a lot of probablys.
So in my opinion, I don't think it's weird.
I think it's specifically weird to invite a friend who doesn't have a kid to an all kid event. Now, what do I mean by all kid birthday?
I agree with event, but
thank you for the birthday specifically, because we talk about birthdays. I'm not talking about, let me specify, I'm not talking about if you decide to throw something at the house. If you throw something at the house, I feel like that's open for family, that's open for friends and things like that, because there's a lot of things there's a lot of things to do in the house. I actually just came from with my lady. This is my lady's I don't want to say play cousin, but like they grew up together. And her daughter just had a 1-year-old birthday party, things like that. at that time it's for the parents. You go there to support. I was there, right? But it was at the house. Mm-hmm. Correct, right? I feel like something like, let's just put a setting. Let's say Disney on Ice. I would feel strange if you was to invite me, Chin, knowing that I don't have a kid, and let's say if you was to have a kid. Mm-hmm. And in your defense of that is, how else will you get close with the kid? No?
No, it depends on how close you are with the kid. If I invite you or not. Like that's more intimate. Like, yeah, I want to invite you. Because if you're not really close to me, you never carry my child, you know.
But let's say I'm your best friend though, and I'm there to support you and your kid.
If you're my best friend, you know my child. Yeah, I'll invite you. Like, yeah, we're going to a birthday, but if you don't really hang out with my child, you don't really.
But what is hanging out with your kid? The kid is 3.
Oh, I'm not paying tickets for Disney on Ice then. Not gonna remember. I'm not.
But
I'll wait till 6.
But they like Paw Control, and they like that they know what they want.
You put it on TV. Like I'm not spending vocal money on my kid until they're like
Disney on
6.
Disney on Ice don't cost a lot of money.
How much it cost?
Like, you definitely get a ticket for $50 or less. It doesn't cost a lot of money.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought it was like 100 or something.
Even if it is 100 or something,
I'm not spending.
Okay,
I'm not spending 100 or something. Man, call me a bad dad.
This is why the mothers usually be the ones that be doing the. I do support black fathers.
$1,000 for what? He's growing. I'm like, bro.
Listen here, it's usually the mother's idea to have the party in the first place.
That's true.
Because if it was up to me, he ain't having a party until 5. I don't remember having a birthday party until I was like 7.
Yeah,
if that.
Yeah, I don't know. If. I do think it's weird if you're, because there's 2 types of friends you're talking about.
Okay.
The friend that don't really hang out with a child, like, okay, for example, if you're, let's say, I'm about to say her name. Let's say your sister had like a kiddie event and invited you. Would that be weird?
No.
Why not?
Like to a kid? Hold on, you talking about like to a kid?
For her daughter's birthday.
For her daughter's birthday?
Would that be weird?
Did she invite other family members, or did she just invite me?
You, the brother, your other brother, probably the nieces, like family that she's close with.
No,
right?
that's not weird, because that's family.
Okay, so in my defense,
and then on top of that, I'm like her uncle, like I'm her real uncle, the kid.
But you don't have a kid though. Why is it not weird?
Because I'm actually the kid's uncle. I'm not like a play uncle, stuff like that. Like,
yeah, but I'm saying, why is that not, like, let's say you there was,
because it's almost like, because my sister invite me or may invite me, it's almost like a duty that I have to be there, because it's like, especially if you invite other family members, it's like, why aren't like all of my other uncles is there? Well, not other uncles. My other uncle is there. How come you're not there at the party? I don't feel weird about that. But what do you have?
Let's say you have like a half brother or half sister.
Okay.
You don't really, y'all cool, but you never really met the child before, and the person's like, hey, can you come to my child's birthday?
That's weird. Anything with family is not weird to me. The thing that makes it weird is that we're not related. I'm going into some. If you was to have a kid, right? You're not my blood brother. That kid may call me Uncle Chris only because you're making him call me Uncle Chris, but not because he have to call me Uncle Chris. My niece have to address me as Uncle Chris because that's who I am. But as a friend, I feel like it is not an you should not put an obligation on me as a person who doesn't have a kid to come to your kid event. Sorry.
No, you was passionate.
I know.
That was just your passion speaking.
I was touching the chord. I'm like, sorry. Because what if, would you give me the grace to say no?
Yeah.
And not hold it against me?
But you know we're different.
Okay.
Okay, but yes, there's people that won't.
I'm not talking about us.
Okay,
I'm
there's
talking
people
about
that won't accept that.
If we was to make it a general thing,
people won't accept that.
That's weird to me.
But
I don't have a kid.
But what can you do if somebody says that? Like, I don't even understand why they won't accept that. But these are the same people that get mad when you ask them, hey, or you tell them, hey, I'm not doing bridesmaids or groomsmen. Those are the same type of people. So I don't know why they would get mad.
Okay.
So, but I'm saying like me, if you say no, I'm like, cool. That's straight. I think though, what would happen if you keep saying no, it's like I stop asking. now you wonder why.
Are we friends?
Like some guy that I'm kind of cool with. Like this man is closer to my child than you.
Co-worker.
So, yeah, it's like, yo, who is this guy? Why are you calling? But to my question, so going back to a couple episodes, like a couple weeks ago, you said, do I find a brother closer than a friend?
Yeah, I asked you. Yeah.
So in that situation, why would a friend be more intimate than a brother? But in this situation, a brother is more intimate than a friend. Like, how you distinguish when a friend is more? Because you said it's family. Like, families, they supposed to come.
Because the thing about it is, family, we take for granted, or I'm gonna speak for me. I don't want to speak for nobody.
Yeah.
Sometimes I can take for granted obligations. Mm-hmm. So to where, if my sister was to invite me to my niece's birthday party, mm-hmm. it's like it's my job. Like, it's like, oh, I have to go. I don't feel honored. I don't feel like privileged that I got an invite. Mm-hmm. It's almost like expected. Like, it's my niece, and you invite other family members. Like, you're gonna invite me. If you were to invite me, knowing I have no direct or any relation to you or your kid, I almost feel honored in a way to where, like, oh, I have to, if I was this type of person, I'm not this type of person, but to be like, oh, I have to respect that invitation a little bit more, because, like, they didn't have to invite me.
I see what you're saying. So you're saying it's weird to put your friend in that situation.
Yeah, because I'm like, I don't have a kid. And like, so
I don't understand that I don't have the kids.
Because you're inviting me to Disney on Ice. I'm just using that as a muse. Uh-huh. You invite me to Disney on Ice, and everybody that you invited got kids, and they gonna be sitting with their kids. Who am I gonna be sitting with?
Why?
The kid gonna be focused. Hey, mom, look at that. Dad, look at that. And everybody else, I don't know these other kids, so I'm just there to support what?
Oh, so you don't even want, like, so if it was something that you cared about.
I mean, like, we all like Disney, but like, if it was up to me, like, you're going there with your kid because your kid like Goofy. You get what I'm saying? But
okay, I guess new question then. Why everybody else there? If they all going to just be hanging out with their kids, like, why even show up to my event? Just like, why we all here? Y'all could have gone Tuesday or another Monday. Why come to my event? No, because everybody's just hanging out with their kids.
No, because they all wanted to do it with their friends, like a classroom thing. So like, they make it like a party thing.
So the kids are hanging out with the other kids.
But I'm not making it so specific to Disney on Ice.
Uh-huh.
I'm just
saying
the real scenario is that she invited her classmates. Mm-hmm. So these are friends that played together, that have some familiarity with each other. And in doing that, by the friends having familiarity, it's kind of how we became friends. That's how my mother kind of has some familiarity with your mother, because the kids play with each other. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of feel like, hey, I'm there, but you kind of got a duty to do while you're here. You really can't entertain me. You kind of got to play ploy with your kid. You got to play ploy with the other parents. Like, hey, is everything good? Everything good? Things like that. So while your kids are getting close and being friends and things like that, you in some way got to be open with the other parents. Why am I there? I don't have a kid, nor do I know any of these parents.
But you could say the same thing. Like, I understand that.
Okay.
But I don't get it that you don't apply it to the uncle. Like, why do you have to support? You just said, what am I supporting? But what is the uncle supporting? Like, the real uncle.
But the scenario you gave with my sister is that she invited family members.
Yeah. But why invite them if everybody's going to be hanging out with their kid?
Because I don't believe that it would be just everybody hanging out with their kid thing. It would be a family event. Once you invite family, it's now a family event. In my eyes.
So you're saying that you have other family members to talk to?
Yeah, like, of course, like, because
as a friend, it's just you.
It's just me. I have no kid, and I'm there to support my friend who's there talking to Bobby, because Bobby's the father of Clinton. I'm just making up words, but to where to where if my sister, if I were to go to my sister thing, I could talk to my brother, I could talk to my other nieces, I could talk to other family members that's there because it's a family thing.
So let me back up because that makes sense. So like with the family thing is like, okay, it's not just a birthday party, it's also a family event where we can reconnect, right? Mm-hmm. If they also invited more friends, like there was other friends of that group, it's not just you
that has no kids,
okay, would that be appropriate?
I don't want to say appropriate. I guess it'd be appropriate, but like the way I view it, I'm like, why are you inviting parentless people? Like why do you have a section over there that just don't have kids? Y'all just on the bench just in case y'all need something. You get like it's just strange to me. I don't know.
The thing I'm trying to, I don't know, maybe because I think of godparents, like the person I'm thinking about inviting are probably cool with my family. Mm-hmm. Like the person that I'm thinking about inviting, that a godparent probably knows my mom, probably knows my dad.
They probably definitely been over to the house.
Yeah. So even though they not blood related, they're seen as family. Mm-hmm. Like it's one thing if I'm inviting a coworker, I'm like, hey, my child is having a birthday party, you should come through. That's weird. Like a person that you might call to grab drinks with, but they don't know nothing about your family, never met your wife, never met your kid, and then you invite them. I think that's weird. But somebody who's a godparent, somebody that was probably there when you was having, you know.
I understand. I understand your point, but the thing that I think that you keep putting a little sauce on is that even though godparent, you're not related by blood, mm-hmm. you're putting a responsibility on them. So in a way, as a god, if we're just friends and I'm not the godparent, like godparent seems like you kind of can't miss it. It's kind of like you've been promoted from best friend to godparent. But like I'm just talking about just friend, just as in like my best friend. Like we got.
Okay, so not godparent.
Not godparent because it gives like an obligation, like the godparent gotta be there, compared to just the best friend that you just real close with.
I don't think so.
You don't feel like that?
No, I think if you invite somebody, you understand the friend might say no.
But it's not about the no. Cause anybody can say no. Mm-hmm. Everybody can say no, but everybody don't have the same repercussions and like the same consequences of the no.
So how many times you say no?
So I can say no, mm-hmm. and it could be like, oh, I can't make it, sorry. Mm-hmm. Compared to the godparent who may say no, like you are the godparent, you got to be there.
No, I mean, but if that person is so unreasonable that you can't say no to them, that's a deeper problem.
But it's not about unreasonable. People feel like, hey, it's kind of like and I guess we get to that point in part 2 of this conversation. Like, let's say, okay, will your children have godparents?
Yeah.
Let's say the godparents say no to every event that you throw for your kid. Mm-hmm. Will you feel some type of way?
Yeah.
Like,
but question.
Okay.
You have friends.
Yes.
Right? Every time you invite your friend over, they always say no. You're not gonna feel some type of way?
I would.
So what's the difference?
There's no difference.
If you say no once in a while, or there's real things going on in your life that you told me about, I'm like, okay, I understand. Mm-hmm. Even if you have real things, eventually I'm gonna stop asking. But I might not feel some type of way, but I'm gonna stop asking because I'm like, he never has that. He never has time. So I think it's the same thing. If you say no every single time, but if you say no because you have to work, I'm gonna tell you to take off.
No, because I don't feel like going.
Okay, that's also fair. Like
as a godparent,
if you said if you I'm talking about you as Chris,
okay,
was like, is it just for kids? I'm like, yeah, it's just gonna be like a kiddie thing. It's like I'm straight. But now, are you making it up? Like,
what is it like? Why? Like I make it up for? I'm still.
No, I mean like it depends. Like it depends. Like, are you making it up? I'm going
to play Warzone.
But this is something that I also think about, right? Like outside that, like if there was something that was happening, like for example, my mom, I was supposed to go visit my mom. I didn't want. There was a whole bunch of things, but I didn't go on Saturday.
Yeah.
Didn't feel like going on Sunday.
Yeah.
But I showed up on Monday.
Yeah.
So if I never showed up, Like she probably be like, "Yo, like what's going on?" Like, you know, and that happens repeatedly. That's a problem. I think the same thing. If like you're saying no, but it's like I'm not about to do anything for this little kid. Like, yeah, I would think like, okay, this man doesn't want to be a godparent, which is cool, and you know, but it's like,
are you taking the title back? You like,
I don't know if you can.
Well, there is no paperwork, so like you probably can't just take it like, yeah, you're not the godparent no more.
But you also gotta understand people go through things, and you know, I can't really say like, hey, I don't bang with you. It's like you probably going through something.
When it comes to, I'm gonna say this because I'm sure she don't watch the episode. My best friend, you know who, right? She had a baby shower on my girl's birthday. It was my girl's actual birthday, and I said no, I won't be able to make it. Why? Because my girl's birthday is today. Well, I'm having a baby. It's a baby shower. So I had to rearrange my schedule to at least stop in the middle of the birthday plans. Because usually, you know, when it's a birthday, it's a birthday. You know what I'm saying? It starts from when you wake up until close to midnight or whatever. We had to stop in the middle of the birthday celebrations to at least show face for at least an hour and a half. Because I knew the consequences and repercussions. Now, granted, I'm not saying consequences and repercussions if I'm scared. But it's like, okay, I do cherish our friendship. But I'm like, you did put me in a pickle to where it's like, hey, this is my first baby. This is a special moment for me. Compared to like, I'm celebrating like my girl's 4th birthday, like of like us being together. You get what I'm saying? It's like, hey, this is special. Can you make an exception? I'm like, yes, it may sound like, yes, I'm going to like forgive you and give you the out. But like when people feel like something is important to them or important to their kid, depending who you are, because I was the best friend, those consequences and repercussions go fall heavy on my head more than it go fall if you couldn't make it. And you was there before me. And left before me. So it's like when it gets to kids, it just get weird, bro.
I agree.
Or special moments, it just get weird. Now, this leads to my other question, unless you got something else to say to that.
Yeah, go ahead.
You say, well, Chris, if you're not going to, and we just using these hypotheticals to get to another point, if you're not going to go to the birthday, even if it's all kids, like, when are you going to take the time to hang out with your friend's kid? Your friend's kid not going to know you. You will come around with the comfortability as if you're Uncle Chris, or as if you're Uncle Chin or Uncle Moses and whatever. But you've never been around for any other kid's thing when they was young.
Yeah.
And you said the older that they get, it's going to be harder to establish some type of familiarity than compared to if they was younger. Did I misrepresent your statement in any way or anything like that? Is there anything else you want to like give on that and things like that? Like at what point is it now a responsibility? And I sound selfish, and maybe I am, to like, oh, because you're my friend, I have to now go out my way to make sure I'm cool with your kid.
No. I think though, as we transition into family man, it's gonna be weird. Just to, like, there are friendships where it's just solely we're the boys, but you don't like. There's family. There's friends of my mother's who were closer to my mom because she. Like they also had kids though, but we were like but even my auntie, she had no kids, and that was the closest godparent out of all three of us, because that auntie would come pick us up, take us out, buy us ice cream. She had like a little drop top, and so like my godmother was like the closest out of all the godparents. So with that being said, I don't know if your friendship progress, because it goes back to what you're saying. Like, I don't want to keep talking about the old days. Like, we have to have new things. Okay, what's the new thing? I have a son. I have a wife. Like why what we hang out for? Like, yeah, I'm about to go to my son's football game. Like, you talk about, hey yo, you try and grab your drinks. I'm like, okay, let's try next Saturday. Versus like, oh yeah, he's playing what? It's like, yeah, he's about to play this game. I'm about to pull up. Now you got you pull up, and now you're able to hang out with your friend while also supporting that what's important to that your friend.
Mm-hmm.
And the same thing in the reverse, when your person has a child, it's like you show up for that child. It's like showing up for your friend, because that's the most important thing for most people. That's the most important thing to them at that moment.
Is their kid.
And it's like, I guess I kind of put it back on, like, what happened to us a couple weeks ago, really two days ago. Like, we showed up for a friend, but showing up for a friend involved that person's mother. It wasn't like, we showed up for the person's mother entirely. We showed up because that's our friend. And the same thing when I think of children, like the person's child, it's like, I'm not really showing up for that kid, but because this is my friend, I'm showing up. So that's kind of how I see it. Now I get what you're saying when you say it's weird. Like, it's weird if, like, you were totally allowed to say it's weird. I don't want to jump around the trampoline. Like, I don't want to do that. I'd rather just stay home. Like, don't invite me to that type of stuff. But I don't think it's weird for them to invite you. I think you were allowed to find it weird to go to that event and be like, and say, no, I don't want to go.
And then touch on, like, you said something about the older you get, the less events or the less moments there will be for everybody to be together in one spot anyway.
Yeah.
And like, you have to take advantage of those type of situations to where no matter what it is, especially when you have a kid, I'm guessing that unless it involves my kid, you probably not gonna see me, because if like, so basically if we all go get together, we gotta get together at this game, or like we all gotta get together at this meeting or something like that. Yes,
kind of. So, like, the big moments in life are now going to be your kids' moments. The bigger moments, like after we get married, is now going to be our kids when our kids are born. Mm-hmm. Kids, 16 birthday, graduations, marriages. You don't know this kid now. So when you gonna show? I mean, maybe when they're born. Mm-hmm. But why would I want to invite you to come to my, like, that's weird. Now that's weird. Like, if you haven't hanged out with this kid at all, you haven't gone to none of the birthdays. Why am I going to invite you to this child's 16th birthday? Mm-hmm. Why would I invite you to this child's graduation? Why would I invite you to this child's wedding? Mm-hmm. Like, why? And so now the most important events of now your family man life, your friends are not involved. Your friend
didn't put in the time.
But yeah, because it's like,
is it possible for you to still be friends with that friend if they not?
Sure.
Okay.
But that relationship is now shallow. It's not as deep. It's not as deep. It doesn't have the same substance. Like, you have childhood friends that you're cool with, and man, you could reconnect like it was just yesterday. But they don't know your family. They don't know
you right now.
Yeah, it's a different level with friends who know your family versus friends that don't know. They just know you. Mm-hmm. It's different.
I guess my girl was right. I guess she was. I mean, she went anyway. She went with a gift and everything. And she's one of those people where she understands the value of showing up for people and things like that. So, like, I get it.
I think you could say no. I think what the problem is, people either don't have an emotional bank, and so either they don't, like, there's that friend that you have to say yes to everything. They don't understand that, damn, I got hella money and I got hella emotional money currency in this bank account. Like, so, I'm allowed to pull out some money for me to say no. Versus, but if you're saying no at the time,
then that's
in the red. That's a big like, of course they're gonna be like, okay, bro, we closing this account then. Like you always saying no, we close. Like, yeah, okay, closing this account, or we transition you to a different type of account where now you have to be on a payment plan. Run card. Like, so it is. I think also having that emotional bank, like, oh, this person, flew all the way down here. My girl flew all the way down to North Carolina to see her godson. That person's allowed to say no
because she made a big deposit.
She you saw that she cares. So if she can't make it to something,
You can't.
That makes sense.
Okay.
Versus like, oh, the person lived right down the street. Hey, do you mind? Like, we having a birthday party, blah blah blah, and then you see them on social media getting ice cream, and they said no to you. It's like, oh, okay, that's a big withdrawal. So yeah.
Nah, I'm gonna get better at that.
Yeah, same.
I'm gonna get better at that because
I'm talking like I'm on the other side. I'm with you. I'm on your side. I don't be showing up to my friends.
No, because I realized that even in a lot of conversations, especially going on for past episodes, like I'm normal, but I can't use my sensibilities because I mastered the it's life mantra.
Yeah.
Like, hey, can you come to my kids thing? No, I ain't gonna be able to make it. All right, it's life. It's cool. And then I just move on to something else. You know what I'm saying? I know how to compartmentalize that and not get emotionally attached. Like, I'm never going to be emotionally attached to a request. Like, I'm asking you to do something. I'm not going to ask you something hoping for a yes or a no.
Let me know if we should cut this. I'm not going to say who this person is or the relation to you. But there's somebody in your life that you I feel like you deeply love. But you think he doesn't like you.
Yeah.
Doesn't that happen because of the actions that person has taken throughout?
Yeah, I know when someone likes me.
Okay, so it has nothing to do with the actions. It's more so like,
I mean, it's actions. It's more. Is it like a gut? It's feeling? Mixture. Okay. It's mixture. It's not just gut feeling. You just be like, yeah, I know, like.
Yeah, he's too nice, but I know he won't.
I'm like, if you like someone or things of that nature,
yeah,
you act like this,
yeah,
or I'm used to seeing it portrayed this way. Like this. You want to be around the person,
yeah.
You check up on the person, you call the person, you know what I'm saying? Things of that nature,
yeah.
To be like, oh, I like you. At least I like you.
Yeah.
If it's kind of to your point, if you don't hear from that person, it's kind of like, oh, okay, you don't really bang with me.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, for me, for other people, that may affect them. But for me, I mastered it's life. Like
Okay, you don't like me? That's cool.
How you feel about me doesn't dictate how I feel about you.
Really?
No, you don't have. You would never have that power over me. You would never like if.
But why wouldn't if someone says F you, you're not like, okay, F you too?
No, I just be like, okay. Now here's the thing. That doesn't mean there won't be no that doesn't mean you will continue to have access to me if you to the point where you're saying F you and things like that to where you're disrespecting me. Just because you said F you to me, that doesn't make me want to say F you to you and things like that. For one, I don't even be cussing like that.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm saying metaphorically, like they doing things that's like, oh, F me, okay.
Oh, I mean,
man, all right, cool. I'm cool off of you.
Yeah. So basically, I don't want to make it seem like if you're saying F you, I'm not the type to be like coming by like, hey, let's hang out, all these things like that. I'm not ignoring what you're saying, but it's not like I'm not there with you. Meaning, if, for example, if me and you was to have a falling out, if you was to be like F Chris and things like that. And then somebody come to me and be like, how do you feel about Chen? I'd be like, I felt this way about Chen. I feel this way. Like, I feel like da-da-da-da-da. But he don't want a relationship with me, so that's fine. Like, I know how to compartmentalize that to where it's like, oh, we're not cool no more because he don't want that. Not because I don't want it. You know what I'm saying? But.
Okay. So let's say I come back around like, hey, yo, let's be friends again.
Then we got to have a conversation of because now you're showing, now, I don't know if you're bipolar. I have no idea if you have a personality disorder. If you could just break something off and bring it back. We have to address, like, why did you feel? What was the miscommunication? And things like that. Because that's how I keep access open or close access to me. To where it's like, okay, what was the miscommunication? Or what was the communication? What did you thought happened? And then that's, if you just like, I straight just having a bad day. You gotta come a little bit stronger than that, buddy.
Just having a bad day.
A bad day, and on the end of that bad day, I get an FU, and you treat me bad. You know what I mean? Cause I've seen so many friends fall out, and they are angry at the friend that's angry at them.
Okay.
I have never experienced that.
Okay.
I'm more like, oh, Chin don't bang with me. How does that make you feel? I mean, like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Like, he's free to feel whatever he feel. But I'm not going to go out the way and be like, Chin was always this. Chin was always that.
Yeah,
he never came through anyway. And then,
but that's corny.
But people feel. But here's the thing about it: people feel that way. Like, for example, there is a lot of things that you're great at. There's a lot of things you're not great at. And because we're brothers, your words, I give you grace on a lot of things. If I give you grace while we're friends, I'm not going to remove that grace and now bring it up as a reason why we're not friends. So if we have a, like, for example, if you are not good at answering the phone, and that's not what you are today. You are a changed man with answering the phone. But if you're very bad, at answering the phone, and I accepted that in our friendship, and our falling out, I'm not gonna be out here saying, "But and Chin don't answer his phone anyway." Like it just, I'll be like, "Nah, I gave you that grace while we were friends. I'm not gonna recircle that and now use that as a minus against you."
That's fair. Yeah, I agree.
But I was poisoned with the "It's life" mantra. Like,
I mean, it is life.
No, but
I think you're allowed to feel hurt. I think that's the part that I'm
and that's probably where I'm probably what's the word? Because I won't feel hurt. I feel like because I ain't do anything, so it's like I'm kind of like, I'm not gonna say I'm at peace, but I'm like closest to it.
Yeah,
it's like I ain't do nothing to this nigga. He crazy. You know, like that's how I would like voice it if you was to feel that way towards me. I'm like, he crazy. I ain't do nothing to him. You know, and I just move on. Besides, be like, yo, you hurt my feelings, and maybe that's some like men stuff suppressing things. I just be like, I ain't do nothing to him, so I don't feel no type of way. Compared to if I did something and you miscommunicated that to meant something else, and you took it as I meant to hurt you, then I feel like I have to meet you at least halfway to correct what you misinterpreted. But if you just woke up on some day like, you know what, Chris, F you on some type, I'd be like, yo, you weird.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe that's the best approach. I think, like, I agree with you. Like, I'm not about to go trash your name. Like, yeah, we were friends. And something happened. And I try to talk, and I think I'm gonna try to reach out to you and be like, "Yo, you good? Like, what's going on? Like, you're not." And you be like, you still like, you know what you did? F you. I'm like, nah, I really don't. Yeah. Nah, you F you. I'm like, all right. Well, if you want to talk, and I think I was still open because you're different, right? Because there's this history. Yeah, this history where I'm like, this never happened before. Versus like a person,
you're like, he's going through something.
I'm like, I don't understand. You know, I'm just giving it space right now, and you know, maybe we and I think I would still try to reach out throughout. The years.
And truth be told, I would, but I do have a part of me that is, I don't want to say, oh, I'm cold and things like that. If I know I didn't do anything and like you're tripping, I'm off it.
I think also though that, and I was talking to actually I'm not going to say that, but also though there is a part of me that's like, wow, I used to have so many friends. there is a part of me that's like, yo, losing a friend is now more it's scarier now than it was when I was like 20.
You talk about like losing as in like death?
No, like that could be but that's more serious. But like just not having a friend, especially because now I feel like I have a good set of people around me, like people that is a healthy balance of encouragement and then telling you what it is, you know. And so when you lose that friend, lose that person in your life, it's kind of like, oh wow, you know, I effed up, or oh wow, like how could we work this out?
I do agree with you on that part. Have you ever lost a friend?
Oh yeah.
Off of something that you did to where like you knew that you was wrong, or it was revealed that like you was wrong. So maybe in the moment you didn't know you did something wrong, but once they explained it, it was like, oh dag, I ain't mean for it to be taken that way. Because I never lost a friend off of something that I did wrong, to my knowing.
It's hard for me to say because you do these mental gymnastics to convince yourself
you like I ain't do
that
nothing.
you didn't do nothing wrong. But I'm pretty sure. I mean, one thing that I definitely do is like not respond back or not text people back or not, like. And then there's a guilt, and maybe I'm getting a little too deep with it, but there's a guilt factor that plays with that. That's like, oh, it's been a month. Mm-hmm. I can't respond to this text now, and that goes on to a year, and people's like, hey, do you respond? You didn't see mine.
So people basically see your non-response as you.
Oh, I don't F with it. I don't F with that person.
Oh, okay.
And there's a weird sense like, how do I respond after a year of not responding?
Where really you're just not good at texting.
Yeah. So there's that, and I probably lost a good amount of friends. But majority of my friends that left is just
like I have friends that just fell to the wayside because we just went on different paths. Mm-hmm. But if we were to see each other, it'd be like, hey, what's up, Chris? What's up, Nathan? You know what I'm saying?
I have friends that unfollow me and block me.
Oh, like, yeah. I never experienced
what did I do?
I never experienced a falling out with a friend. I have friends that just fell off, but like to where they like, I don't like you because of this. Mm-hmm. I never experienced that.
Yeah, I have.
So
I mean, it's usually women, but I mean, but now I'm not talking about like situation. I'm talking about friends that were girls.
No, I'm just saying like emotional women, emotional.
Oh wow, okay. I didn't say that.
I have to put words in your mouth. Right, but no, I'll just say like I never experienced that, so that's why I can maybe with ignorance say, oh, if you were to say you're not friends with me, I know I didn't do anything because I never had a falling out to where I did something to where somebody misinterpreted me or didn't see my intentions as good. I have friends that just like, we ain't, like, like for them, if I was to not talk to somebody, it would just be strictly off of some maybe proximity. We lost numbers. We don't live in the same state. We don't live in the same city no more. Ignore the text. You know what I'm saying? Like I never experienced that. So, man, moral of the story, man, if your best friend, we ain't talking about the friend that's on the low of the totem pole. If you're the best friend and you don't have a kid, but your best friend have a kid, make an effort to be close with that kid. Just make an effort. Don't be like me that wouldn't go to the kid trampoline park.
I mean, you're allowed to not go. You can't do it. Or you allowed to be like, I don't like doing these kids.
But then you said you got to make it up, though.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, I just want to play Warzone and then...
Yeah, be like, hey.
And then order pizza for myself. I don't...
Hey, you could play Warzone and be like, I'll take your son out to get some pizza.
I don't want to do that. Like, you keep adding things. Like, I just said, I don't make it up. I just said, no, it don't make it up.
Oh, you don't want to make it up?
Yeah, I just be like, no, I'm not.
Well, you got to go to something then. If the person invites you, that means that they think you're close enough to the kid. Usually, people are not going to invite you. You're not close enough to the kid.
I'm about to say, then next thing you know, you should invite it to the wedding and you're not invited to the reception. And then that's when all of a sudden you mad.
Yeah, that's...
I thought we was close.
Yeah, but you don't know my daughter. She made the list.
But I do feel not guilty, but something did come to my awareness. One of our guys, he has a son. And his son is a whole hand. He's 5 years old. Mm-hmm. And I have pictures of me holding the son and all these things. The son don't know me. From a can of paint. If he was to go up and be like, hey, dude, you know Chris? You know Uncle Chris? I think I'm the godfather, actually. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm pretty bad. I need papers to confirm what I think. If he was to go up to the son and be like, do you know Chris? The son just go hug his father's leg and just like, who is this stranger? You know what I'm saying? So like, I'm like, oh, I gotta actually set up some play dates to where me and my boy and his boy go out to eat or something like that, so he can at least know. Cause here's the thing, the kid only go get familiar if the parent give the okay and see their relationship and things like that. Like if I'm cool with the son, don't know that I'm cool with his father and things like that. He don't care about that. He 5. Yeah. You know what I mean? And then as we had an example a couple of days ago, you tried to talk to our other boy's son who was 11, And he was just counting down in his head of when you gonna stop talking so he can
scoot away.
He literally scooted away. Like,
I was like, oh, what you like to do? He started scooting. I was like, this man didn't even answer my question. Nah, I think that's real. Yeah, it's and we get to that age where that's the role. Like the friends either become uncles or the person that's like, I remember when you was just a baby, I used to hold, like,
the weird guy.
Yeah, the person like, yo, you was just this, like, you become that that person, right? And so yeah, I think, you know, eventually you do want to get to that point where you're so cool that if your man's can't make it, that you could show up for that child. Mm-hmm. Like, or if your man's is too busy doing something, you could show up and be like, hey man, don't worry about it, I got it for you.
And the kid not yelling stranger danger.
Yeah, like the kid know who you are. The kid's cool with who you are. I'm gonna be honest with you, just because I don't know, it's weird. I'm probably not gonna hang out with a kid until he's like 15, 16 by himself. Like I'm not gonna do it. But hey, man, you know, I do think, you know, showing up to the events, and guess what? You're not only showing up to the birthdays now. You're showing up to Christmas. You're showing up to Thanksgiving. You're showing up to like different family meetings, because now you're not just like, oh, I'm a friend. You become more and more of the family. And when they do trips like, hey, blah blah blah, it's like, yeah, invite so and so. Yeah, like let's. And so now the family's kind of cool with you. And so it becomes one of those things where that relationship becomes a lot deeper than just, yo, I remember, you know, we grew up together. It's like, no, this is a present and current thing.
To where they don't even remember when they really met you. They just always know you.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, man, make sure y'all do that effort, man. I know like adulthood is, well, we've been adults, but this part of adulthood, this version of adulthood is new to me.
Yeah.
To where I'm like, oh, dang, I have to introduce myself to your kid continuously. But hopefully y'all enjoyed that episode, man. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all week, man. Blessings.